Hello there. Welcome back to our SOC Lab Series. In Lab 4, we are going to extend our malicious IP playbook that we created in Lab 3, last one, and we are going to integrate pfSense API so that we can block the IP on pfSense. So we need to install an API for pfSense. It's community supported, but it's good. We're thankful for the community. And then we are going to create a firewall rule with Postman. Postman is some client that I use to verify my API calls before I proceed so that I can verify that the authentication is okay and the app is okay, this API is okay. Finally, we are going to integrate the HTTP app. Most SOAR vendors provide us with something like this HTTP app. It's an app that can enable SOAR to communicate with other appliances via API. You know, these basic verbs, get, post, and so on. And in case, of course, we do not have an app like this, pfSense doesn't have an app for the SOAR. So we either create an app ourselves, and of course it's time consuming and need more experience. And the other solution is that we are going to integrate this HTTP app, and we are going to create an asset called pfSense so that we can identify that this pfSense with its IP and configuration and so forth that we're going to see, we can connect to it with this HTTP app, and so we can take actions as per this API documentation. Like we said, it's a get, it's post. We're going to create a rule. For example, on this, we are going to extend the playbook. We are going to block this IP on the pfSense via this API. We are going to be posting a new rule stating that we are creating a new rule on the firewall so that we can block this IP. Okay. Okay. We need first to make sure that our pfSense is updated, and this is the API link. I'm gonna leave it in the description. We need to copy this code, and we are going to be here, command prompt. Okay, we're done now. And okay, now if we navigate to System, REST API, we can find our newly installed package. And down there here, we can find authentication methods. To keep it simple, we'll be using the local database, the username and password to log in. Okay, now let's take when you open Postman, you can find out that we have our verbs, and for simplicity first we begin by the get. Now in the documentation of the API, this is the pfSense URL / and this is the path of the function of the get, and I choose to get rules. We need to get retrieve all rules. Now we have here our buttons. We can hit for authorization. We'll keep it simple as we said. So username, this is admin. This is the username and password that I used to log in to pfSense. Okay. Good. Now we do have success. And this is our JSON data. But since it have no rules, it has no rules yet, it's the default rules, so there's nothing to retrieve. but at least we got our success authentication. Okay, now we're back to the documentation. We can find post method, firewall rule. Can expand it. Now this is the request body. We can just take it, copy, and go back to Postman. Okay, now we are back to Postman. We can select body, paste, but the point is that before this I did paste it in Notepad++, where I did replace this parameters, and we need to find this to be denied, reject this IP. Okay, now let's test it. We need to change this to post and rule. Then let's try it. We're good. That's good. Okay, now let's go back to pfSense. Okay, let's check rules. It will not be here, but there. Here it is. So we did now use Postman to create a new rule to block this IP. It's an internal sample, just random. I select this as random sample, and we were able to create this by Postman, so our code is fine. Okay, now in order to be using this, we need to install the HTTP app on SOAR. Okay, back to SOAR. We're going to install our app. I'm sorry, I'm going to use this here. As we said, we can either download the app and install it from here, upload it again, or directly install it from here. I prefer this method. It's up to you. Okay, hit install. Good. I was authenticated. I was logging to Splunk, so if not, you will be redirected. Ask it to log in with your username and password. Okay, now here's our HTTP app. Let's configure it. Now we said that if we do have some like Curador or VirusTotal, if you have an app, then it's dedicated for this appliance. And we said that this HTTP will be used as a general. This app facilitates making HTTP requests as actions. So first we need to configure an asset. Our asset name is going to be pfSense. Okay, and save asset settings. We'll be using this HTTPS and the IP, and for the sake of this option we'll be using the rest, but we need to remove this because we have this slash here. So we start by API, then complete it, and it's better if you use the get to test connectivity. And to make it simple, we'll be using our username and password. Okay, let's save. Hit test. Good. Test connection passed. Okay, now SOAR is integrated with pfSense somehow. Okay, now we said that we are going to be using VS Code, and so I assume that you have VS Code and Postman installed. Now we have here the code. It's pasted. I paste this code in VS Code. This was the data I took from the Postman. Now we do have import JSON, and then to avoid any none or false or this null to null, I have this line. It will help us a lot for this. And after that, we need to have JSON that dumps data and ended equals 4. This is just regular JSON syntax. So if we print this, it's now printing here, no problem. So just we need to make sure that it's error-free before we can paste it in our SOAR. It's my preferred way. Okay, now let's please move back to SOAR. Okay, now this is this is our malicious playbook, and that's our last code. And I did add this action block IP. Okay, so let's go to playbooks to proceed with our demo, because I did show you in this malicious IP and then I had this demo. So let's do it together now. That what we had last time. Okay, so we need to remove this. We're going to add a function, an action, just like that. And here we will choose HTTP post data, and here I'm going to say block IP, and this is post data for me. Just a description to remember that this is post. Okay, that's it. Now we'll put this Python editor. We need to add here this repetition callback equals block IP, and now we are ready here to start to modify our new block. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste. Okay, then I'm going to do this way. Now I have this IP. As we said, we're going to collect the container from this results. Collecting results in the container. I have the data path, but this time I'm just adding this. This is the dictionary. I want the first element. Okay, and here it is, the code we picked from the VS Code. Okay, here it is, just printing body. And then we're going to append now this parameters as the location and the body. And if we stop here, okay, if we add this like that, I'm going to do this again. Post data here. you have this, you need location and body. That's it. Okay. Since you modified the code, so you can no longer use the GUI. Okay, now back here, this is our data, and then we took the body and had our nice JSON function, so that this body, when printed, we can confirm it and it's going to be accepted here. Okay, and of course I modified this destination IP to take my IP as a parameter, this one, to have it here. Okay, and then we have our normal call, post data, parameters, name equals block IP, it's the function name. This time we have assets equals pfSense. Well, this is an option, this last assets, it's optional, and I prefer to use it especially with the HTTP, because we said that this HTTP app is going to enable us to connect to other appliances that does not have any apps ready. For example, we said that we have an app for the SIEM, we may have an app for VirusTotal and so forth. And so if there are some other appliances that there is no app, we need to use HTTP. So it's much better that when we identify that the assets we are talking to is the pfSense, for example. Because when we integrated HTTP now, with pfSense, we entered pfSense to identify that this asset with this IP and this configuration, that this HTTP app is going to be communicating or integrating with this appliance, this specific. If you are not going to specify this, it will be very hard, because which one is going to post data to all other appliances that may be already integrated. Okay. Let's save this. Okay. Now let's test it. Before we test, let me please, this is my pfSense. Here, WAN, LAN, those are default rules. Okay. Let's test it. Sorry, need to have this. Wow, done. You see this? Success. That's great. We need to confirm this. Wow, here it is. We're done now. Now we have successfully blocked this IP, assuming that it's, we did of course say that it's not malicious, but we assume that it's going to be malicious and we need to block it. Now our playbook is complete and it can really finish to the last action and connect to the pfSense to get this IP blocked. Okay, see you next video.